Well, car insurance is something most of us pay for every year, but a few stop to consider how essential it truly is until an accident happens. Now, joining us to help us understand more about insurance is Dan Scroggins with AAA. Dan, thanks so much for being here.
Grace, it's great to be back.
I want to talk about insurance, okay? So there's a lot that goes into this, but let's start with the basics. So, what are the basics of car insurance?
So, when you buy a car insurance policy, they're going to look at a number of things. Most importantly, your personal driving record, the vehicle that you purchase, where you live, how far you drive to work. Those are the basics that go into it. But the other thing that they look at when building rates are like how much it costs to repair the vehicle, how long it might take to repair the vehicle. And those inputs, Grace, over the last 3 years have been, in a word, crazy. Starting in 2021, immediately post pandemic, uh, the average cost of parts due to supply chain issues went up more than 35%. At the same time, there were inflationary pressures on labor. Those labor costs went up more than 30%. And cost time to repair the vehicle went from 2 weeks to 5 weeks. So when you compile all of those three different inputs, it was a perfect storm for auto insurance rate increases.
I mean, you definitely said it best. There's a lot of inputs that go into insurance. So, what determines car insurance rates? Because it can fluctuate, but what really is the nail biter? What comes down to what your insurance is?
Really, it's a combination of your driving record, how far you drive to work, and what kind of vehicle you drive. But the good news is, after 3 years of really record-breaking inflation in the automobile insurance industry, 2025 are showing some signs of respite. In fact, I know of a number of carriers that are going to be flat to even going taking rates down in 2025, which is a great win for consumers all over Ohio.
And I want to make sure we talk about this because it really is so important. So, I mean, explain to me the importance of having car insurance, especially if you are a new driver on the road.
I mean, let's start with the basics. It is required by law, and you would not be following the law if you didn't have it. But more critically, is working with an agent to determine what your coverage needs are so that in the event that you are in an accident and you are responsible for that accident, that you have the adequate coverage to make sure that you are made whole, to make sure that you're not putting yourself in a bankruptcy situation to pay for somebody else's injuries or damages.
Oh, absolutely. And if anyone wants to learn some more information or, dive into those talking about insurance, where can they go?
We'd love to have them visit us at AAA.com, and they can learn more there.
Beautiful. Well, Dan, thanks so much for being here. It's always so great to see you.
Grace, it's always a pleasure.